if tomatoes are fruits, see, ketchup should be called smoothies. And
tomatoes are fruits?
Yeah. See, tomatoes are fruits. Ketchup should be called smoothies.
Oh, God. Tomato is a fruit?
Yeah,
I
yes, it
remember
is.
in science we were taught it can be a fruit or a vegetable.
As you marinate on that, yeah.
And it has two what?
2 scars.
That's what they're called.
Me, I always pick a tomato that doesn't have any scars, by the way. Like, honestly,
no,
I don't.
By scar, I mean the top one, the one that has got the green one, not scam cardinal.
See,
the top and the bottom. And then another thing,
I still don't get it.
Why do people call it taking a dump and you're actually giving one?
What?
Let's just start the show.
And then also, like, why do they say the alarm goes off when it's actually going on?
Somebody please stop him.
Pizza boxes are square and then like the pizza is round.
My guy, what's the show? Hi guys, welcome to another awesome episode of Boxpod. And by the way, I just want to remind you, we are on our journey to 100,000 subscribers. Will you subscribe?
Vibaya sana.
100.
Subscribe.
I wish you could subscribe twice.
And we've got an awesome show lined up. Have you bought your tickets? If you haven't bought your tickets, remember Boxers Day Out is happening. Get all the details. Of course, running the tape. I hope on the screen they're showing. Yeah. So
Somewhere.
Here. Make sure you buy your ticket. We can't wait to see you. We've got an awesome show lined up for you. So guys, stories?
Chilling, man. You?
Wait, we're not doing the run the tape. We're not doing that.
Hey, Joyce. Okay,
I was just asking.
It's time for
Run
the
tape.
Yay.
Go. We didn't do that in the last episode.
Exactly. It just hit me.
Story number one.
Story number one. I probably shouldn't say story number one.
Where? This is the first story.
I'm focused. Anyway, so I want to say the most creative form of Uno reverse. You know Uno reverse, like when we used to play cards. And then
cards.
Kuna jump you, kuna nini, alafu kuna ile ilikuwa unarudishia mtu kickback.
Oh, so Uno reverse is like kickback?
Yeah, Uno reverse is like
cool. Because you kept saying it, I was just like,
Uno inakuanga ni cards, it's the Kenyan poker we play.
Yeah, basically.
Really?
Like Uno reverse is like kickback. Yeah.
Jump.
Yeah. Jump, kickback.
Question.
Unanipatia napatia.
Answer.
Unanipatia napatia.
Kula tatu.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. So that's why someone says niko kadi, as in niko uno. As in nimebaki na moja.
One.
For real?
Yeah. So ndio unashikanisha.
Sijacheza uno, so siwezi sema. Lakini cards.
But umecheza kadi.
Naosha. I'm always ready.
No, you don't. I do. One box, no, you don't.
Oh my God.
This girl.
I hope they're not branded.
You removed it. And then you
always have a pack of cards.
You know, some babe threw away my cards, Yani. Should I tell this story now?
No, wait.
Wait first. First, you be easy. You're still Uno. We're here. Your story will still be Uno.
Yeah. So this one time,
she threw your cards.
Yeah, she
like
threw
ATM cards.
No. Like playing cards, games, and whatnot. Like I went on a bunch of games because she told me like I come through, so I just didn't want to show up like that. And then after ghosting, alinikasirikia akatupa kila kitu.
So you ghosted her.
Oh, so she's not really the game. I thought like you guys were playing street poker or something, and she's like, now you're back in with Uno. She's like, oh no, what? That's how you finish a game. Because ukijua atikuwa kuna card na and you're playing just the two, and you know it's a card. So you amekuchapa joker. What do? You throw the cards. Throw them away. Also, you're missing the point here. He ghosted her. That's why she threw away the nini. She exactly.
Na ilikuwa ni cards type mingi sana. Si ungerudisha tu hata basi ama ungeziweka.
No, many ghost. Nirudishie ghost.
And that's probably
what you don't exist.
That's probably
you are a ghost.
That's what Mganga told her. Chukua hii mara 3 kwa siku. Riswa. The cards were the first thing. I mean, she was exercising the ghost in her life.
It's okay, but we'll get Uno. So what's the best Uno reverse?
Yeah, so in the best story of Uno reverse that I have seen so far on the internet, let me tell you about this Nigerian lady. They didn't mention any names. Just run the tape. So what you're seeing here is a Nigerian man who has been left with his 5 children. So let me reverse and tell you how this all began.
Those 5 kids?
Yes.
1, 2,
so this
3.
guy sat his wife down one day and told her, hey, yo, mimi nimechoka. I am out. I want to leave this marriage, leave this home, but I'll do my best to support you and our 5 children. And she was like, cool. If that's how you feel, I can't stop you. You do what you need to do. So fast forward to a week later, the babe booked a one-way ticket to Nigeria, took all the kids' passport, and now he is the one who's been left with the 5 kids.
Bro.
Yeah. So he's calling back home because he's the one. So also a bit of a backstory. He's the one who brought her to America 8 years ago. You know those ones for, I think he was there for like a while, and then when they get married, you do paperwork, nini. So all of these kids, they've been together for 8 years. They have 5 children. You can imagine how young these children are.
Yeah.
And you want to leave this woman alone with the 5 children, being like, oh yeah, I'll do my best to support the children. She was like, I bet. So she booked a one-way ticket, went to Nigeria, carried the kid's passport, and now she's not answering his phone calls. He's been calling the in-laws. He's been calling the siblings. The only person who's entertaining him is the mother. So he's uko on the
His
internet.
mother?
Yeah, no, the mother-in-law.
Oh.
Yeah, now the wife's mother. That's the only person who's still
Like,
entertaining
it's only
him.
your mom who cares for you.
So he's out here on the internet. He's like, can you imagine? She never even loved me. She's leaving me with 5 children. My mental health is being affected. I feel like these children are even tormenting me. They're throwing tantrums on purpose. I'm like, welcome to being a single mother. This is what you are going to leave her with, and now you're complaining because you're the one who's. What do you think she was going to do with 5 children by herself?
Yo, but first, can you just okay?
We should clap for her.
I feel like I want to say clap for the babe.
Yeah,
but then at the
also
same
there's
time, I'm like, there's kids.
Yeah, man.
You know, like basically, these kids are going to live with the fact that the only reason your dad is around is because he wasn't the first one to run away.
Yeah, true. He was going to leave you first.
Damn.
Yeah. So.
Okay. but also, let me ask, okay. Why do people feel more sorry for guys when they're the ones left with the kids than when a baby's left with the kids? Because I remember having this conversation on radio a few years ago, and I was hosting this breakfast show, and we used to have this session called Mjadala, which was like a morning debate, right? We'd pick stories and then we just debate, right, with the public. And I'd ask, someone would call me and be like, can you imagine, like, in my village, someone, so of course, because you're doing morning radio, you're talking to villagers from different places. Yeah. And this guy calls me, he's like, yo, manze Kwambox, can you imagine this guy, he's been left with a newborn baby. Ati the wife, ati ma depression amejikata. Like, so basically, in what I know is babes get postpartum depression. Yeah. Right? Yeah. It's called postpartum.
Yeah, postpartum.
And it's something that you can't control. Like your hormones just
they just decide.
You just and you see when
do.
somebody is in that, like the other day I saw a video about a mother who was, the husband was recording her. She was saying she didn't want kids because she has just found out that she's pregnant, and she was telling him like, my guy, even these kids I didn't want them, like, and she's crying.
Oh my God.
And he's recording. And so women go through this. So, and you can see a lot of the comment section is people telling the man, don't just record and laugh, right? She's in a precarious mental state, right? So do the right thing by protecting the kids, because in fact at this place, when you hear a mother saying she didn't even want these kids, right? We live in a time where people are just ending a whole generation. Unakasirika na bwana yako,
off.
You get it, yeah? So when I see this situation and that is the scenario where a guy is calling me and saying, Ati, he's been left with a newborn kid. And I remember having that debate with guys. I'm like, okay, I don't see the big deal. Sini baba mtoto. Right? The only thing here is that the milk glands have gone. Right?
So you need to figure that out.
Yeah, but if she had died, there you'd still raise that kid. And then they're like, it's because he's a man. Like, what is he supposed to do with the kid? I'm like, why are you having sex? You want them when they've graduated.
You know what I mean?
When they're coming.
What do you think happens?
And only let viatu.
No, let it go.
Is that the reason why you're having sex? Bro, if you're not thinking about in the eventuality, right? Anything can happen, my guy. Anything can happen.
Yeah, and you need to be prepared for that. It's like the same thing as people shaming single mothers for being single mothers. Shame the guy who left. Why are you shaming the parent who stayed and decided to do this all by themselves with no help and just judgment from left, right, and center, even from the people who are supposed to be helping her? You're shaming the parent who stayed. Shame the one who left, my guy. Like,
how do you feel about like if like you have, like, say you have a friend, right? And then his baby mama, which I don't like using that word, but like the mother of his child, right, has left him with the baby, right? For whatever reason, right? She's just, I mean, do men give reasons where they're living? Who see
No.
explain?
Imagine.
They're going to get milk.
I don't think I can do this daddy thing.
Yeah.
They
I'm
go to buy milk.
right?
I'm out.
If this was your boy, right? He's been left. Like now he's hollered at you like, yo, my guy, can you imagine this babe? I'm scaring her till she's in doobs and she's not coming back.
Yeah.
I've been left here with a 2-week-old baby. 2 weeks. Right? What are you advising this guy?
You have to like raise the child.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
man.
you figure it out because there's no handbook, there's no manual for parenting. Even if you are a new parent, like you have a newborn, it's your firstborn child, like there is no manual where it says when they cry like this and hiccup twice the problem
Yeah.
is this.
Hakuna.
You just basically what parents do is wing it. So wing it through up until the child is able to talk, and you just raise them how either you are raised or you would like to be raised, and hopefully they will end up being, good level-headed human beings, wasikue criminals. So there's no other way.
All right, I have another
Because
question.
right now with technology and everything, even if the mom has gone,
No, go ahead.
if it's feeding the child and everything, there are ways you can make sure that this child gets all the nutrients that they need. They won't be the same, but at least they will still grow up.
I have a question. I think part of the reason why people do not advocate for men to be the sole parent of the child is because of the stories we hear out here. Right? So people are okay with hata ni afadhali aende na mama. You get like even if she's homeless, let her go with the kids. Right? And there's an able-bodied human, right? But for some strange reason, the stories we hear about, like daughters have been left with their dad alone. Yes, they're great stories. There are some fantastic men out here.
True.
Right? And then there's these other ones.
Yeah.
You scare, like the other day I had a story where there were the mother died and left a household with 3 girls, very young. The dad has raised them. They are teenagers now. They are at the age where they can leave the house 18. Then they started to explain what was going on in the house.
Oh no.
And turned all of them into his wife. All of them.
All 3 of them.
All 3 of them.
That's disgusting.
And that's usually what happens. So in like as much as I'm an open-minded person and I'm like, you know what? Honestly, if you took part in the game, maybe you have equal rights as well on this story. So if I say I'm going, I'm leaving you with a normal person, right? But then at the same time, all these babes who had sex with these men who are now there, because remember, like now this father, he had a wife.
Yeah.
They were raising a family together.
Yeah.
Walikuwa tu sawa.
He did nothing wrong.
They were good.
Yeah.
So none of these things were happening when mom was around. The moment mom left the picture, that's when these things started. You get? So you see, even in a scenario like this with the 5 kids, my mind automatically goes to, as much as I want to punish a father, okay, it's not punishing, it's just say, oh, daka hiyo ni mtoi wako.
Think fast.
From here to there.
Think fast.
Go and live with your father.
You think there's one
Come
baby
back
who's
when
been
you're
carried.
18. I need a grown up. I've carried you for 9 months. Now you carry them for 18 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you can't do that because at the back of the mind it's like, I don't know this John God, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happens because everybody says it's not every man.
In the end, you're punishing the kids as well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, because the kids will something will be missing in their life, and you're punishing them as well. So just think about that before you step.
I think people should like how there's still no classes for co-parenting.
Honestly,
I don't understand.
Even me, I don't understand.
I don't
Honestly, even me, I don't understand. There needs to be like the way there's in the States, there's a Lamaze class where you go and you learn like how to breathe and all preparing you. I don't know if they have them here. I don't know.
Hey, Mege, atujengia loving to ni next week. Shut up. I'm quiet.
Anyway, those
What's
to
next
prepare you for like the birthing process and how you're supposed to breathe and whatever.
Yeah,
there should be one for co-parenting.
Yeah.
Like even though you guys are together, let's just show you how to raise your children
Honestly,
separately. Like, for real, because it happens.
Yeah, because you can break up with someone when you're pregnant.
Yeah.
You know.
How many times do you think that has happened?
I see this all the time.
all the time.
I'm like, girly. Oh, congratulations. No, I'm doing this by mistake.
Imagine.
And you see, the only thing there is like, come on, unge. And the only solution here I see, the only advice I can give, that I can stand by, is before you have sex, evaluate this person, because you can end up together forever.
Yeah.
Like forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, oops. You know, ask questions like, you know, just shock them sometimes and just be like, hey, baby, the way we are broke. See, we ingia mganga. Just see how they react. Right? Ask them things like, you know, hey, babe, Ama, I'm thinking, since us we are broke, right? We sacrifice the first toy. Sawa. You know, and you just see where they how they react.
Let's go to the neighbor's house and steal.
Exactly. Tempt them. Okay?
Akisema,
ask stories about their family.
Yeah, put them in those, like, you know, scenarios of like, if like gun to your head. You know what I mean? I need to know how dark you can go.
Mtoto wa nyoka ni nyoka. There's only so far you cannot at mtoto wa nyoka ni chameleon. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, as in you can hide yourself, but in there, just when I say activate, then demon comes out of you. It's true.
No, for even me, I have a friend who told me these days he doesn't sleep with women he can't see himself procreating with.
Honestly,
his cancers, like any, like, no,
yeah,
I don't care how fine you are. But you know, he's also older now, but still, he was like, I wish he doesn't have any kids. I was like, I should have started thinking like this much sooner.
When you're MTV Sugar age,
he dated.
When you're MTV Sugar age, you still think Aki mem Jules, Aki HIV, Aki woi, But when you're an adult, the hymen is here in the eyes.
I swear to God, you're like,
you see the hymen from.
Like, hi man.
You want to say hi to men, but the hymen is protecting your eyes. Okay, it has been moved from here, so it protects you from. Aki lakini, but then you use your.
Yeah. Because I mean, there's some exes I look at and I'm like, wow. Thank you, Jesus.
But then I also have another question before we get to our next story, right? Which I think is a derailment, but I have to ask because I asked someone yesterday and
what?
I have to stop laughing. I don't want to be cancelled.
Okay.
Oh, so we also don't laugh.
Completely.
Okay. It's gonna be difficult.
Let's imagine because we know here we don't do one night stands. Let's imagine we did, right? Because I asked Kerry, I put for him a Nini's question for witchcraft.
That was
and
AI.
He failed. He failed. AI. Right? So let's imagine, replace witchcraft with HIV.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Right? Okay. So you're dating someone. Because I saw this scenario in MTV Sugar and I was just like, I don't understand what's the long thing. But then I put myself in those shoes. And then I say, all right, fine. I've crashed on this person heavily. Right? In fact, I'm just like, I think I've been loving them. Right?
But I love you.
Right? But then, you see, of course, we have to do... First, we realized on this podcast that guys don't go to get tested.
Yeah.
Okay? So, then this person tells you. So, you're trying to make out with them, nini, but then they're like... You know, okay, I've described season 3 of episode 3 of Sugar, MTV Sugar.
I've watched it.
It's nice.
Yeah, it is.
It's nice. And imagine they haven't paid us. It's too short.
Inaanza ikiisha.
When
I'm so interested, nimekaa.
Lakini nani akumaliza ndio kwa sababu nakuuliza hii story. Akumaliza episode 3. See, I'll stop you.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, alisema stop.
Thank you. This person then tells you, so that you're trying to nini them, then they're like,
go heavy.
And they're refusing, you know? And then they tell you, baby, I have HIV. What's your next step? Are you saying, nah, it's cool, let's use a protection, right? Or let me take PrEP. I prepare for this moment. Or are you, is this going to be like, I need some time to think. I need to think about this.
If you take PrEP, you go raw.
You go raw?
Carry your priorities are
no,
just
as in I'm asking,
so wrong, my guy.
Si kuna kwanga na helmet unaweza vaa.
My guy.
Yeah, you can wear a helmet.
No, I'm just asking. No, I don't know. As in, these are questions that I'm asking.
I usually used to, like, you know, there are things you see and you're just like, the obvious answer. And then I put myself in that shoe. And I said, okay, let me start with my answer. So me as a millennial, a proper millennial, I was raised when you know,
when Rafael
HIV
Tuju was
a national
making
disaster.
those videos. Yeah, remember the Rafael Tuju videos?
I already told you guys the story. I didn't attend school that day.
Umesound nimechill.
Yeah, or kuchill, yeah. Unatupeleka Rafael Tuju na wewe kwa kuchill.
Na uko hapa.
Unatupeleka Tuju na uko hapa.
Mine wasn't traumatizing, okay?
Yeah.
Mine was not. Those videos were traumatizing
But it
as
can be
hell.
traumatizing for a toy who's decided kesho anaenda kupatia Jonte alafu anaona tumechill. Sasa
I swear.
nasema shambia Jonte 4 p.m. upitie. Anyway, yeah. So because I've you know, HIV in my head is like
Death.
You know, and just the other day I read a stat that HIV is no longer a
Death sentence.
Yeah.
No, is that the word I'm looking for?
No,
like,
they used the word. Even me, I think I
it's
saw
no
the same
longer in
headline.
that space of like dangerous disease.
Yeah.
No, a terminal illness.
Terminal
illness.
Terminal illness.
It's no longer a terminal illness.
Yeah.
And the way I'm you know, yay. But the way I live my life is based off of not trying to get HIV.
You get me?
Right?
That's the aim.
I've been cultured in my head the way we were talking about cuckoos in the previous episode. Right? How you're cultured to eat them and you think of anything else, you're like haram. Right? So I feel like if I was in that scenario, I would need some time to really think, and then I'll probably ghost them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as the adult version of me who doesn't ghost anymore, I would definitely need time to think about it, and then probably just send them a very nice message saying, because it depends
What
with
are
like
we-
how.
are we
Alright,
childish? What is going on here? Are we
No,
childish?
it's because it depends with like how deep I feel for this person. I mean, I wouldn't.
Would it be? This would be an income. This would be an. Would be. Would it be?
I want to say, I don't know if I'm adult enough to
A
say
caveat.
it wouldn't be a deal breaker, but it would make me like pursue this from like arm's length and actually try and figure out, is this someone worth taking prep for, or is it just a crush that's like gonna fade? You know what I mean? Because if like the HIV wasn't there, you just do things they usually do things. Oh my god, I like you, I like you. You know?
Test na macho.
Yeah, but like if there's-
Unaangalia tu huyu ana.
I feel like it's something I would approach with a much slower pace so that I can decide, is this, it sounds weird to say, but is this person worth taking prep for?
Okay. And you?
All right, I'd need you to, both of you to go back and just explain this time to think about what would you be thinking about.
Bro, I need to think about like what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like I'm being honest. I need to. You see the way she's thinking about, is this person worth it? Because it's like you're basically telling me. Okay, let me not go deeper. But like this, I'm speaking my truth. Like this is when I think about the scenario, and even I'm asking myself, like, am I childish? Like, why am I not willing to? Maybe because I've never found myself in such a scenario.
First, I'd ask, how did you get it?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Like, because this.
So you want to judge them?
No, not really.
Just to understand the story.
Okay, yeah, facts. It is. All this thinking about it, it's judging. It's judging. So, how did you get it? If you're born with it, if it was if it.
What's the difference?
There's a difference if you got it from your parents,
because
you know?
I mean, if you're if you never protected yourself and you know that these things are out there and it happened, chances are chances are
No, go ahead. Guys, this is, you know,
down the line into a relationship, we'll get to a point that what if you are as reckless as you were before? What makes me think that you're different now? You've changed. So that will contribute in whether I'm going to become your friend or I'm just going to try and now date while I know this kind of information to see how these dynamics are. But back of my mind, I'm going to be scared.
Keyword, that's the keyword. Honestly, I feel like that's the key. Because when I was looking at this episode 3 and I was seeing how he was really struggling, by the way, you know, these guys haven't paid us to even talk about this show. But I'm sure this is a thing that, because it's like, you know how girls were told, if you sleep with a boy, if you sleep with a boy, if you sleep with a boy. And for a lot of people, well, that was the wrong example.
Excuse me.
There are things which you're told, and you know, I feel like for a lot of people who are watching, and this is as honest as we get, you know, because I feel like sometimes when you have a conversation like this one, people will skirt around the issue because they don't want to put themselves in that situation and ask yourself, how would you handle such a situation? And if you have been in such a situation or you're somebody living with HIV and you've had this conversation, how did it go? Are people receptive about it? You know, because the more we talk about it, the easier, you know, I feel like if somebody has navigated this situation, like, I met this person, they had HIV and this is how we handled it, we dated and we broke up, you know, because I also feel like, you know, if you're holding on to like, I'm sacrificing for them, then is it like you're thinking marriage, you know, if you break up, are you gonna be like, even I wore a condom for you, bro? Right? So that's what you've said about how you'd react to that scenario. Same scenario, but this person has gonorrhea. How are you going about it? They upfront just tell you, yo, niko na gono type 7. I don't know. I don't know.
Type C.
Niko na gono ile kubwa.
Now that one for sure. That one for sure. I'd want to know how they got it for real.
Wait, what's the difference?
Like,
what's the difference?
There's only one way to get it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But like, because there are those scenarios of getting it from someone you are dating, and they didn't tell you. Because when you get to like a certain point, I guess, of the relationship, like, oh yeah, tuna trust Yana. Let's be honest. We all know people who wanafanya hizo vitu.
Honestly,
without getting tested.
Because
we're only having sex with each other. I guess it's safe to like not use a condom.
So then they tell you, by the way, babes,
so after, there are people who've had those kind of scenarios. They were dating, there were no signs. You know, there are people who are just carriers. And then, you decide you muna trustiana in the relationship and you no longer use protection. Kidogo, you're starting to feel funny, you go down, you go get tested. You have gonorrhea. Your partner never told you. How do you judge someone like that? All they did was trust their partner.
For me, I go to the cops. If you knew.
Yeah.
Like, you knew.
Imagine you know, and you didn't tell me.
Yeah, there's a difference you not knowing.
Yeah. But they knew.
Carrier, but you knew.
Yeah, I've seen so many stories like those where people they don't have those like outright like signs. They're like more like carriers, but it's there. Yeah. So you go, you sleep with your partner. I'm not trusting. You've been together for 2-3 years. Nini. Wait. All of a sudden you have it.
I got a question. You go to the police and tell them what?
See, this person knowingly gave me an STI.
Let's imagine. Okay, I'm the police. I'm at Kilimani Police. Right? We're at Kilimani Police Station. All right, come through. Kijana hii ni nini umeweka kwa kitu?
Tunaweza funga mlango, nataka
tufunge mlango hii ni police station. Tunafunga kwani unataka kuniibia?
Niko na shida.
Shida ni nini? Kwani ulisikia hapa tunakuja kusort shida?
Kuna
kama unajikuna fast umechukua OB. Umepitia hapo kwa nini, kwa M-Pesa shop?
Kuna watu wengi, so hii nataka nikuambie tu wewe.
Next. Hatuna kuku hapa. Me, I'm telling you, I don't even know, like, if somebody is going to report that nimechapwa na bwana and the police officer is like, mambo ya watu wawili rudi mu discuss. Ukiambia mtu ati mtu alikupatia gun, I'm telling you that police station will crack out, will burst out laughing at you.
It'll be the story of the month.
Right? But I don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying I've tried and I know. This is a very interesting angle that you brought, because most people wouldn't think about going to the police station. But abroad, if you try this shit,
it's a crime.
Yeah. And I think even in the law, I think there's provisions for this. If there's legal guys, hebu chezeni hapo Boxpod legal team. Hebu chezeni hapo kwa comment section.
If someone gives someone, how do you go about it?
A disease
STD knowingly.
And they're endangering your life. Yeah. Right?
They are endangering your life. My guy could die.
Yeah. But I think the intricacies of trying to prove that, like at what point this person knew, yada yada yada. But if they went and got tested by a doctor and there's evidence of that, then
and then they can go on and say they also didn't know. So it's such a long thing. But if it's like reverse the same thing,
get it in writing.
Yeah, if it's gonorrhea, we break up.
Yeah, for real.
Like so someone has told you, like you're crashing on this person. Same scenario as the one for HIV. You're breaking up with them.
Oh, okay. Meza dawa. Oh yeah, it depends how you got it. If you got it because you were reckless.
Yeah, if you got it
because you were reckless and then you go on and heal from it. Me, as in, I just know that you're going to be reckless
Again.
somewhere down the line. But if you got it unknowingly, like this former partner you had who was
didn't tell you.
everywhere, and
Criminal.
now they're with you,
Criminal.
and then you go on and get it, then probably they're also an innocent party. So like, get treated, go get tested again. It's positive. Get treated up until the point you go on and get the follow-up test where now it says that you're clean. Then
So you're not, that's the same way with the HIV person, you just take a condom and you...
I don't know why I feel like gonorrhea for me is different. That's aggressive,
we
my
ain't
guy.
gonna do nothing until upone.
Yeah.
Let me not lie to you.
Okay.
Hey, that one I'll take a very abrupt pause.
Honestly, I don't think, like me, I think... No.
Because you can heal from
It's a
it.
no for me. It's a hell no for me.
You
Yeah.
can heal from it.
And that's great. And I'll take you to the doctor. Bestie.
Yeah.
You know, chances are,
Because you're in the friend zone.
chances are
Forever.
you're probably with someone who had it,
Yeah.
or had an STI before.
That's sad.
They treated it and it's gone. And right now, even if they go on and test, like a full test, it's all negative.
It's sad.
So the fact that you know and they've told you and you started flirting at that point, at least they were honest enough.
Yeah.
Guys.
Well, you have to appreciate that part.
And you also have to
honesty
appreciate
part.
I'm a human being,
Yeah.
guys.
And you're allowed.
I'm not
you're
gonna sit
allowed.
on
If
this
it's a
pod
no for you, it's a no for you.
and act like I'm a saint.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not. Okay? And I've tried, like, and I'm open to learning from somebody who's navigated this space, but I don't know anybody who's been forthcoming in telling me how they've navigated this. So for me, in my head right now, and I see, like you can tell, I see things visually, right? I understand things visually. I think visually. I don't see a picture
And is it
of me after you've told me
Yeah.
that information.
Yeah.
Is
I
it-
think I'm not gonna judge you. I don't hate you. I don't despise you.
It's
I
just-
don't,
it's a no for me.
I don't know
Yeah.
how to engage with that.
Is it because this disease is or these
Fatal.
diseases?
I could die.
Yeah, that, and they're also like transmitted sexually.
Yeah.
What if it's something like, screw back to
COVID.
2020? Yeah, it's COVID. You met
Exactly.
somebody, you're flirting, nini, them they're probably asymptomatic or something, and you make out you get COVID.
Yeah, but
That's
you see,
why the HIV story is different from gonorrhea, because HIV there's more than one way to get infected.
guys,
you know
but
what I mean?
But there's also, I think, with the question that you're asking for COVID, I don't think there's any way, whether you're getting it through the air or through the lungs or through your nyash or the shopkeeper alikugongea mbili. It doesn't matter, right? However you got it, I don't think it matters, right? Because, and like I said, how you, where, what, there's no judgment. I'm not going to judge you. The thing here is not I judge you. The thing here is I'm scared.
True.
That's it.
That's
I'm
that's very
operating
valid.
from
And
a point of fear
you're allowed
and
to feel
ignorance,
that way,
right?
yeah.
So yes, you've shared with me, but automatically my body, my veins, my everything is going to go like
Nah,
defense
feels,
mode, right?
yeah.
So I don't know how I can convince my mind that no, it's cool. We've got the condom. We've got the itas mama.
Honestly,
Yeah,
same.
it's a fact.
Yeah, even me there's no scenario, even though I was to like revisit that conversation, there's no scenario where we continue what we're doing like in a physical way. There's no way.
And so
But
in
there's no
MTV
way.
Sugar,
Yeah.
this babe has just come from habari ya watu, right? After the guy has been trying to push her away, so she's coming from down there like she's just now been told
Yeah.
after she has lumbered the lollipop, manzi, it's clean.
I love episode in Aisha.
Okay.
Like, what the hell?
She has cooled all the ice lollitas back in
No,
the
I need
What
to get
the
on
hell?
this MTV Sugar thing like ASAP.
Yeah,
What?
bro. Like how we be the ones be telling you about
Hey,
that
hadi
TV show.
tume digress.
There's 3 episodes. I think you need like 15
Anyway.
minutes. They're like 5 minutes.
Hit us up in the comments. Hit us up in the comment sections. Let us know if you were in this scenario, right? How would you handle it? And especially if you've already handled such a situation, just be honest. There's no judgment here.
Yeah.
And let's be respectful.
Please.
Guys, you know how colonialism happened? We already know that story, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Africans were friendly.
Yeah.
White people tricked us.
Yeah.
The next thing we're like, the songs were done.
See
right?
Bible.
And then now we were just singing glory, glory,
Nationality.
hallelujah. All the good stuff. All the good stuff, right? But if there's one thing I'm noticing, I think colonialism is still going on, but of the animal kingdom of Africa.
What do you mean?
What will show you on an African? Can an African pet a lion like this and just keep a lion in their house?
No,
have you
bro.
ever seen a video like that?
No, they just like run after the same food. That's all I've seen. Remember the Maasai and the lion were running after the gazelle and the Maasai. I'm sorry.
Did you say we ran after the same food with the lion?
Yes, they were running after the same food and the Maasai got it. The lion didn't.
I thought you were talking about the video of the Maasais who stole meat from lions.
Yeah, there's also that one. Yeah.
Okay, not that one. But run the tape. Here we have a Caucasian man. Behind there, what is that? Is it a pussycat? It's two pussycats.
It's a pussycat.
It's pussycat. Look at that.
Yo.
So beautiful.
Look how he's putting his head. Eat me, eat me. I dare you, bite me. Nyash. Lion nyash.
Oh my God.
Another one. Hug me. Whoa.
Way.
You never
It has
see
a
Lion.
huge
Have
nose.
you ever seen an African doing this, guys? Lion sini zetu. Huh? Look at that.
Ila zimetoka kukula. Like they've gotta be full, right?
First of all,
what I'm trying to show you is that I only see these videos with Caucasians. I've seen an man in South
Yeah.
Africa who has a ranch as well, Conservancies. I think it's called
wait.
Schneider.
Mm-hmm. Let's just pause. Pause because, lions have pause. Get it?
Pause.
Is that how big lions are in the perspective of a human being?
Girl.
Bro, I don't know why it's never clicked. And like I've seen a lion before, but
Have
like
you?
on like safari. You know what I mean? I've never been like that close to it. Are you seeing the difference? They're that big?
My guy, kwani uko na lion ya?
hell?
Run the tape. Lion ya Sonko.
First of all, someone told me those lions of his outside his house in there.
Oh, for real?
Somebody who was telling us that story.
He took them.
Me, my friend told me because they're neighbors.
Yeah, somebody told me at they're outside his house. Anyway, we're digressing.
We digress. I didn't know they're that big.
They're that
They're
big.
so beautiful, but they're
Just
so
go-
big.
Go to
Bro,
Rongai.
what's the
Just go to
dimensions on your
Rongai.
phone?
For real.
Like,
Go to
what-
Rongai.
No,
and let's
like,
just chapa
guys,
laps.
I get it, but have you ever been that close to a lion for you to be like, oh shit, it's
Video.
actually
It's
so
Yeah.
called Safari Walk.
Imagine now how
National
I
Park.
would
Iko
look
tu
next
hapo.
to a lion.
Mege,
Look
I'm
like
going
a
to
baby.
take you to National Park.
No, I'm telling you, I
it's
have
cool. It's
seen
cool.
them.
I got you.
Do you know how many safaris I've
You know
been
how
on?
close you can
But
be to
you've
the
just
lion
said
over
you-
here?
Yeah.
The nini.
No, as in I've seen them. It's just never hit me because I now I
The
can
pose,
see like
yeah.
the actual like face
Comparison.
to face.
That lion can swallow that guy's head.
Yeah.
And
That's
he's
crazy.
there putting
Anyway.
it like now. Okay, let me ask. Yeah, if the lion just decides to
My guy.
he'll be
dead.
like, Konani! No, get me out of this!
Okay, I think I've digressed enough.
And
It was just
let's just think about it. He's there with the lion. Sasa we imagine wewe ndio waka wa hii
Imagine,
ati
and
Jonte ati unaona mdosi anataka kuangalia lions. Right? Because you've never seen Jonte do this.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen an African do things like this?
I've
Ati-
never-
even Arabs who take the lion to their houses
Yeah.
there. Nini. Have you ever seen a video okay, except Nani Bradley.
Yeah.
who the hell is Bradley?
Gen Z Mtol.
Here's
Giant.
Jenzim Tall in Dubai with the lion.
Oh, Jenzim Tall. Okay, it took a minute for me to.
Jenzim Tall. And you know, because the lion is afraid of him.
Yeah.
Tusidanganyane.
Let's be
It was
honest.
a normal sized human.
Hiyo lion ilimpandilia, man.
Right?
Jeez.
Yeah. So you imagine that you're working in this Mdosi's job and then he has gone and then he's calling you, Jonte, could you come here for a minute? I think Simba has swallowed my head. Simba, stop being funny. Tickling him.
Yeah.
So, Simba, open your mouth. Jonte, help me get out of this head. Meg, hey, what is your head doing next to the lion's
I've
face?
never seen a show on National Geographic was due Discovery where is hosted by a black guy.
Facts.
At Let's Go on Safari today we're going to just see, I don't know, lions or tigers or
what I'm
jaguars
saying?
in the Amazon. Nothing.
Yeah.
It's always the white guy who take himself there.
Yeah, and honestly, I've had even the Maasais, but even the Maasais, they don't do this.
Yeah, they don't do that.
They stand with the sword.
Yeah.
The lion inajua huyu anaweza nidunga.
nidunga.
Eh. So they deter the lion. Ati lion
So you're saying now the animals are the ones that are being colonized.
Olesa Peter ameenda nyumbani na nini ati wewe Simba acha kunifuata sina chakula yako. You know what I'm saying? I've not seen it. But those are doing this. I feel like this is some level of colonization of the African animals. Because if you see the lions in Saudi Arabia, paka unaanza kuuliza, wewe unajua venye cousins wako kwa nini wanafanya? You're in someone's house just doing meow.
I have a friend who used to work in Dubai.
Your cousin is somewhere in Masai Mara. Auntie has jumped on an antelope. The antelope has run away. Now it's like drats. Right? You're just sitting. No, where's the lunch? Mike. And then your Kenyan auntie has gone to get you lunch from the kitchen.
I have a friend who used to work in Dubai. You know how she left her jobo in Dubai. They were working in some like serviced villa, so she was one of the people who were like supposed to attend to a villa or something. Then there was this villa that was rented out by some people who came through.
It's a no for me.
And they came with tigers, with lions.
I know.
Like all these things. So the guys had chomokad, like left the villa and then they left the animals there. She figured their housekeeping. She has the key.
To what?
See to the villa. She has to go clean.
Are they in cages?
No.
Oh
they're God. Roaming around freely.
Hey, she funguad it. Like these lions had rarwad the couches. I don't know what. Like they had messed everything up. She quickly just closed.
Same.
She didn't clean. She went back. When she went back
to Kenya, yeah?
No. She went back to like the car office
headquarters,
or something. Yeah. And when the guys came, when the guests came, they figured and found the house had not been cleaned. They started causing, like at the management, like housekeeping never came. Yeah. What happened? Everybody asked like who was supposed to do it. She was supposed to go on and like was to be in charge of it. She was asked to go on and do it. She said no, she's not going there. That's how she chomokad like her job, and she had stayed in Dubai for like 3 months. Like alikuwa ameanza
like
tu.
F this.
I have a question.
What she saw there is like Z.
Is it possible like in her CV she had written hobbies? I love animals.
So they're like, this is the right person for the job.
No, it's like that person who says that he speaks Spanish. You just know. There's no way. They never need it. Then I get the ambassador for Spain and comes to your office. And the boss calls, no.
Sinani wrote on their CV.
Call Jonte. Jonte hapo ako, hey, mi amor.
Cuando se smia.
No, me mujer.
Tacos.
Bruh. How are you being fired for? What is that? What is hardship allowance in Dubai?
Yeah.
Like what is a hardship in Dubai according to them? Because this is not even hardship.
I feel like I would watch.
You might as well send me to the front outside, though. Line of war. It's the same thing. Because the chances of survival are the same.
Yeah. You know what? I feel like I would watch the animals from outside though. Like that's how fascinated I would be. I told you I used to read the encyclopedia, guys.
Okay, this is what I'll say. This is what I'll say. I think shout out to the Jungus who do this. You gotta teach us your ways, because I feel like Africans we need to be more. Except that Sidri, what is he called? There's a guy who usually plays with snakes. A black guy. I think it's called Tarzan or something. Yeah, that guy.
Hey.
Except that guy, right?
Yeah,
I think more people. Wait, Onyi.
Just remember.
Jonte. Kerry. What I could tell you, I'll be the man of your dreams. Be the man of the.
Be a man now. Show me.
And who you really? Let me tell you. In fact, wachana pesa. Show me how you can put your head next to that lion
and be like, oh my baby.
These ovaries are yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take them.
Yeah. My pillar of strength. I know. So I'm safe anywhere. Lakini ati say unakuja tu kuniambia ati you can't see this muscle. Wacha kwenda kwa gym.
No, nini lion.
Kama ni simba unataka simba kuku nje with Rex and Bosco.
Next story.
How do you eat rice with
meat, with chicken?
Chill.
I like rice and dondo, by the way. R&B. It's my fave. How do you like your rice? Do you like rice cakes? Let's talk of all the ways that you can eat rice. I've started R&B.
Oh, I actually like rice cakes with some peanut butter.
Mince meat. And rice.
Ew.
What?
That combi
that's not bad.
That's a no combi, bro. That's
not bad.
That combi is so.
What do you mean?
It depends on how you make it.
I honestly don't understand rice and mincemeat.
Why?
I feel like it doesn't. It's not a good. I don't know. It just feels like it doesn't. It's like ugali with ndengu. That's for me. That's what I look at. Exactly.
Biryani.
But that's what rice and beans is.
No.
Lentils. Rice.
I just wanna. As we cross
I like R&B. Please don't even try.
I don't know the difference between lentils and what and what.
Of course they are goated.
No. Beans.
Beans ni lentil.
Beans, nigga.
Na huyu anasema lentil ni nini?
See, lentils nini? Hizo.
Nika.
Hizo.
Anything that's not cereals.
Yeah, they're called lentils.
all
They're
of
flat.
them.
Yeah.
They're flat ndengus.
The yellow ones.
Yes, they're called. I've forgotten the
No,
other name.
red beans, kidney beans. Inaitwa kidney beans.
I feel like you're shifting the goalpost.
Okay, sorry. Okay,
So
I'm sorry.
beans, R&B, right?
Yeah.
Just mention your dish. Just get out of here. R&B,
So I said rice
Rice
cakes.
cakes.
Yeah.
Pilau.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Biryani.
I like it.
I like rice and chicken. Like a good,
Ooh,
nice
yeah.
chicken
I like
with some nice
anything with
homey
chicken.
stew. Like some nice soup.
Yeah.
You know, like thick, nice, and then you put some nice veggies.
And then
oh
you
my
throw a
God.
cachapo in there.
Bruh. Okay, now, okay.
Now- And
throw
hiyo-
ugali.
Sorry.
hiyo ni machakura sasa utasema
Si machapo
watermelon.
ina-
Slap
wewe,
wewe, acha
chachapo
wewe.
na
Kwani
nini?
hauendangi wedding?
Chap.
You don't know these things.
Oh, we will say
You don't know these
watermelon
things.
next.
Let me tell you
Nah,
something.
hapana, sijasema watermelon.
Since we've mentioned, have we mentioned all the ways we can eat we enjoy rice? Great. Nyinyi watu wa kuweka colors kwa mchele. What is that? Green, red, purple.
That's biryani.
Green.
Yeah, green.
I swear to God, if you ever serve me green rice,
You gotta stop.
for real.
You've never had good biryani, right? Like it's colored. There's green, there's pink, there's red, there's orange.
There's also white.
Now, white is there. It's basic.
That basic is okay.
No, but like
Sometimes
yellow
simple
is
is-
more natural. It's for biryani you put like a
green.
yellow or a orange or
Red.
something more
Yeah,
like
even green.
closer to like
Green
nature.
is edible.
Okay. Anyway, now that we've gotten that out of the way, right? What were you saying?
We digress. Okay, sorry guys, apologize.
Now imagine your favorite type of rice, right? You've gone for a
Okay,
date.
one last question. When you cook your rice, and this is very important, you know, because I'm trying to learn you guys. It's been 3 years, man, but I also want to get to know you more, right? And be honest. I was talking about wongo, right? If you're cooking rice, you have I want you to cook 1 cup of rice, right? Just 1 cup. Okay. Oh no, actually, I want you to cook rice enough for the 3 of us. Are you gonna measure, or are you going to pour it with your eyes?
I pour with my eyes.
I measure.
Okay, that's all I needed
I
to
pour
know.
with my
And I
eyes.
already knew the answer. I
Even-
pour with my eyes.
Even the water, I pour with my eyes.
Yeah.
And my rice tokers like this.
Me too.
That's
Moja.
Yeah.
Great
Moja.
for you
Moja,
guys.
moja.
Pia
Yeah.
mimi
Fit
natoka
in an
moja
advert.
moja,
Yeah.
but I measure.
But that's okay. Moving on.
Yeah.
Andika answer yako kwa comments pia. Do you cook? Can you measure? There are people who, if they measure, guys, hiyo kitu inatoka uji.
Yeah.
Like if they don't measure uji, what are you saying?
Kabisa. You're eating your favorite type of rice. You've gone out on a date, and then what's that type of thing that would ick you in table manners and table etiquette? Not that significant other person or the person sitting on the other side of the table. Something that they would do. For me, eating rice with your hands.
Aren't you from Coast?
Exactly.
I have PTSD
Because of guys, yo.
of eating rice with my hands.
Did you get sick?
No.
What happened?
It's just what I saw and everything. The whole taking, like it's
Yeah.
a big plate, everybody
Sinia.
takes, they eat, and then
Oh yeah, I forgot you have
and then,
OCD.
and then the rice that
Sinia
remains
is crazy,
in your,
bro.
I
the
forgot
rice
you
that
have-
remains in your hand, like you
Do it like that.
do it there.
After you put it in your mouth.
Some
Yeah, and
people
then you pick
saliva.
another one.
Yeah. And then also sinia mazee. Sometimes you want your food sifa. Kila mtu akae sifa. Wake up. I don't want to hear you chewing.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear your noises from your mouth. And then on top of that, I don't know. Mbona mchele inanuka mate? Hii ni mate nani? See,
Maze.
let me tell you, my PTSD for sharing senior is another day. These are those days for tapes, right? For you borrow a tape from someone. So you go to the video library, you borrow like say Sinners, right? Then since you've spent that 50, anybody's spending any other 50 bob,
Yeah,
we're all
and
going to
then
watch
later,
it,
yeah.
right? And then we return it because
Yeah.
it's like 3 days, right? So we have gone to return or to exchange tapes. It was Ramadan, right? So I went to this babe's house. So get there, and you know the way Muslims are very welcoming. They'll be like, yo, it's Ramadan time. Yeah,
njoo kule.
njoo kule. Now, you know how I always tell you, like, how I see you also determines how I react with your friends. You know that logic,
Yeah.
right? Like, venye nakubeba, zao albeba everybody in your
Yeah.
space. And that's why I don't like being invited to, like you, if you're invited to a party, you invite me. I know venye mse
I don't know your
amekubeba.
people.
I know how they feel. Maybe you're
Yeah.
the clown in that group. Now I've added you to the
Now
clown.
you
Yes,
guys
that's
be like a
like
Yeah,
clown type.
for
Clown too.
real. I don't. Yeah. So I went to the house. She invited me. I know this babe. She's just, those babes who usually have like things like Nika. It's like she didn't shower properly. You get?
Yeah.
So me, in my head, automatically, I've already rated her. Like, so when she says, yo, let's go watch at my house, I'm like, come, let's watch at my crib, yo.
Yeah, I
you know,
don't know,
my mom allows us to put our feet on the seat. It's just, I don't want to see more.
Yeah. I've seen enough.
So that day I went to take the tape. Then I say, Karibu, bro.
What?
I started reversing. Because I was hungry, but no.
Oh, you're like, I've already seen.
Because in my head, I was just like, this baby's already.
You're not clean.
And then I'm looking there, I'm seeing the senior, bro.
You're like, no thanks.
I'm just like, I'm not
no thank you.
Then with this one, right? And I loved her. She was my friend, yo. So anyway, I entered the house. Guys, I tasted. I could. Nilishiba nikatoka.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
So
all
you
I
actually
did.
entered like out of courtesy.
And I was just like, wow, delicious.
Thank you. I'm stuffed, guys.
And guys, do you know what they had cooked?
What?
R&B.
Yeah, R&B.
Na chapo. Na ilikuwa yani ile wameweka nazi.
Oh God.
Can you imagine?
Your favorite.
My favorite. But I just said, my principles cannot allow me.
They do not allow me.
Religiously. Come on, SDA.
Now is when you pull out the SDA card.
So yeah, so that was my story. So that's my trauma. Like if somebody across the Nini says that we get a senior, I'm like Sifa.
So now I hope that friend of yours will go on and see this, because this is the best way that you're supposed to be eating rice, or rather the most
eloquent.
No.
Okay.
Dining with etiquette. How you're supposed to eat rice like
etiquette. Sina kijiko tu nachota. Spade 1, 2.
Sasa hiyo yako ni ushamba.
But did you guys eat with forks or spoons?
A spoon?
A spoon.
I ate with a fork.
Okay,
for
bougie.
Everything. No, how is forks bougie, bro? How is a fork bougie?
You eat with a fork.
I eat with a fork.
Okay. You know what? Run the tape.
Here's how to eat rice. Now, in British dining etiquette, as you know by now, we never turn the fork upside down when using a knife. So when eating rice with both a fork and a knife, just like peas, we push the rice onto the back of the fork and eat like so.
The back of why? Explain to me what
you guys
what
saw
in the British people is going on.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to turn the fork the other side, like it facing this way.
Why?
Yeah, because it's uncouth.
Said who? It's a fork.
Say the British.
It's a fork.
Aren't you speaking their language?
Their language.
I hope you've got that. We are finally on the same page. All right.
What the hell was that, man? Just use a fork. For Christ's sake, it scoops at the front. Like, why what?
I think
No.
Yeah.
Is that how you use a fork?
It's a no for me, it's a no.
Use a fork the other way around.
Let me tell you something. When it comes to eating, I'm not trying to impress nobody. Okay? I'm not trying to sujui etiquette.
Imagine for me, same.
It will be
digested the exact same way.
Okay, you're having a plate of rice, yeah?
Sure. When I go to, like, you know the way you do the dining setup, and then they put for you sujui 3 forks, sujui 2 spoons here, sujui 2 knives, right? They do the whole spread,
setup.
right? The whole setup. And this is like a 7-star whatever restaurant. I'm only using 1 fork. And I'm using 1 spoon for dessert. And the rest, hata ninamwambia twice.
I'll give a
Unless you're having steak, then you change the knife.
Because I'll only do all this dance if I'm trying to get money.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
You know me, guys. If it's about the money, I'm seated across Prince William, King Charles, right?
Let's do this.
My guy, we're eating one rice with a chopstick. With a chopstick. I'm over there delicately placing the rice, escorting it with water, the saliva in my mouth, down to the teeth, to grind it gently. Like, kutakuwa na etiquette hapo. But at date, Omera, what is? I'm not doing anything for you. Forget you.
Alright.
Forget you.
Ile ugali.
Yeah, natupa. I've gone on dates. First date na nimefanya pa. I want you to know me, bro. Food is a very it's a love language in as long as Sifa.
I have a theory.
I was senior.
British people were so bored because they were busy conquering the whole of Africa that they came up with stupid rules to keep themselves entertained because this doesn't make any sense.
True. But
They were bored. No, they were bored. That's how etiquette came
You
up.
haven't
They were
played with
bored.
guys,
Isn't this guy the one who teaches people about etiquette
Yeah,
of
he's
eating?
that
Like
guy.
he has so many of these videos that you've been sitting all wrong. You place one butt cheek before the other. It's like when you go to the toilet as you pee, and do not release first. What are we doing, guys?
No, I'm telling you, these guys
What
were
are we
bored.
doing?
They had nothing else to do. They were like, let's come up with stupid rules that make no sense.
Have you seen the babe who teaches people how to curtsy, how to be a good girl? Have you seen those ones?
No, I
To
haven't seen that.
curtsy
My
I haven't
guy.
seen
in
that.
2025.
I
Who
think-
am I curtsying
I feel
to?
like that teacher, when she meets me, she'll just be like, no, this is where I retire. Unteachable, right?
Honestly,
She's
same.
teaching people that, for example, if you drop something on the ground,
Ooh,
you
yeah,
don't
I've seen
just
it.
bend. Ati,
You put your
first
legs together.
Put your legs together, and then you just come down. You descend. You don't. Ati, just at me if I'm picking something.
Unachukua hivi.
Give me something. I drop here. I show you how we do it. So see, here's the nini kifuniko. This is the kifuniko.
And then
Then
you're
we're
chilling.
talking.
Oops. No.
So how she wants you to do this? You put your legs together.
Shut your mouth. Am I a fucking damsel in distress?
Bro, me, I'm over here. I saw this video. I was like, this baby, if she meets me, she'll just be like, no, enough.
And train her. She'll
can't.
quit. Imagine she'll quit.
But then if God
Her
wanted me,
entire career.
if God wanted me to do that, why would he make me be able to bend and reach the ground?
I'm telling
I use what I
you,
have.
they came up with rules that make no sense because they were bored.
Yeah.
You know
There's
how the
no
last
other
bit.
explanation.
Do you eat different when you're on a date?
Yeah, absolutely. You know how like you're having rice, alafu. Yeah, I eat differently. You're having rice, right? And then kuna ile kidogo imebaki. You're hungry as Now,
Deal breaker.
when you chota it with a spoon, right? You know, ikibaki kidogo, it doesn't go onto the spoon.
Yeah.
That's why I use forks, guys. And that's why forks are the best eating device.
Even fork haitachukua yote.
My guy.
You and this guy same
Fork,
was
if you have
that.
a
No,
knife,
no.
yes, you
Not
do
upside down is do.
Same was that.
This guy is trying to impress
Showing
Prince William,
off.
right? Sijui Harry kwa sababu ameona nani yeah? Listen.
If I'm alone,
You-
I
you-
will use my finger to like
Yeah.
put it there. If I'm on a date, I won't do it. If I'm alone at home,
But to do this?
yes,
What about, as in,
relax. If I'm on a date, then I'll use the knife. If I'm alone and I'm eating ugali, I'll use my hand. Or rather, if I'm at home. If I'm out on a date, fork and knife.
but like, let me ask you.
Fork and knife to
Wait,
eat ugali.
wait,
Kenya, I
yes.
will beat you. What do you mean?
You go,
Si kwa sababu nini, nikiwa home, I know like I'll wash my hands.
Si
and-
wash your hakuna sink mali uko na sabuni. Come on.
Unless ni nyama choma. Nah.
you eat ugali with,
My
like,
guy.
tuko Rodi, sasa uko ati Roadhouse.
Rodi.
Rodi, yeah? We are at your local nyama chama joint. Then
No,
you're telling, Njoro. Okay,
I
just
said
be honest.
Unless it's nyama
Is an
choma.
onyi sound like a guy for choming nyama?
No.
Kuna msee kuna mtu ama Otieno anachoma nyama? Hapana. Si ni nakwanga Njoro.
Ni
So,
njoro.
Njoro ako hapo and the nyama is slapping.
Slurps.
Right? Ati na hii ugali na ile ugali sosa. Unajua ugali sosa?
My
Yeah.
guy.
Yes.
Mzingi.
Yeah.
There's no artist has been cut. If they don't even have a knife for cutting the ugali,
My guy.
how are they going to give you a knife for cutting your ugali with your forks?
Siwezi kuwa Rodi date.
Ama unakuja
Nikiwa
na-
Rodi niko na wewe nitatumia mkono.
So you're not trying to impress us, Gorit.
Whoa, wow.
I knew it.
But they
Anyway,
want for
it's fine.
when the mchele baki is on the plate, you tilt the plate. You tilt the plate. Just tilt it like this, and then so it creates a corner.
So
Then
I'm
you
tilting
or
plates
you
at
do
home.
like this.
I
Yeah.
will do this.
I mean, ni chakula yako.
Anyway,
Eat how you want.
Yeah.
But when I was at OE, when I was in my parents' house, I don't like eating with my hands. I never used to like eating with my hands.
Really?
I got
Why?
into this space. I don't even, I think like from 3, from 4. So I would not eat ugali with my hand. I would eat with a fork. But not with a knife. Just a fork. I'm really efficient with a fork until I learned chopsticks. But
wow.
yeah, I feel like the chopsticks are great for clearing the plate.
Yeah.
Like if you're good with them. But fork, spoon, I can't get it, and I open my mouth too much. It's a no for me.
That didn't sound the way you expected it to sound, but it's okay.
The food
it's okay.
I'm like, no,
it's fine.
Decorum. I need it to be like streamlined as it's entering the mouth. You get what I'm saying? Unaona mtu amechota hapo yani kinini. Alafu amefungwa. Hey, these ones have definitely eaten flies.
You learn something new every day. I thought I was the bougie one, but you guys are clearly proving to be the bougie
with
one.
a fork bougie?
It's a fork. Use a spoon, my guy.
Yo,
what the hell?
My folks wanted to beat the fuck out of me. I'd been saving that one.
So speaking of food and hunger, I need someone to explain to me what in the Hunger Games is going on in America. Run the tape.
DHS is considering a reality show where immigrants compete for citizenship. The Journal's report quotes a Department of Homeland Security spokeswoman who confirms that the idea is being considered, and she has spoken to the producer who pitched it. That producer defended the project to the Journal, saying, quote, "This is not the Hunger Games for immigrants."
So the creator of this show has been pitching the show to DHS back since 2012. And he told the Times, we need a national conversation of what it means to be American. We need to be reminded of how proud and how much of an honor it is to be an American. You know who doesn't need that reminder? Immigrants. It's a big part of why many of them come to this country. What they actually want is a pathway to U.S. citizenship that doesn't require a rose ceremony or a dance-off.
Cancel subscription. I feel like if I was American right now, I'd be like, cancel subscription, because what in the actual hell is that?
I actually think that would be fun to watch. I would love to watch something like that. I would even sign up.
That is so dehumanizing. You have to Hunger Games your way through so you can get
that would be the most watched show.
No, it would be entertaining. It would be entertaining, and I'm very sure a lot of people would sign up because they want a shortcut. But what?
Okay, so let me ask you.
Are we actually living in a world where this is being considered?
I have a question. Teacher.
Yes.
Remember when on the run the tape of not last week, the other week, right? When we were the two of us, we had this conversation about the 15-year-old, the 15-year-old man, right? Who's trying to convince guys he's 15.
Oh, the one was he in the UK or where was he? Yeah.
So I remember I told guys, instead of taking yourself through the choppy waters, just use this format where you go and then you say, no. They ask you, how old are you? You say, guess. and then they wake you now holding cell. And that's how the guy walked out. And while his counterpart, and Jonte is still in Morocco
because he's
trying to walk into Sijui and he, and getting through. So it's just hear my point first. Do you know how many people come from East Africa? They do the cross, they go up, they cross the Sahel, right? Do you know what's happening in the Sahel region? Chad has got like unaweza patana Al-Shabaab, unaweza patana Boko Haram, like there's all sorts of things. And then after you've crossed that, also you can meet a python, you can meet because it's desert vibes, you can ile kitu inaitwaje? Scorpion, right? You could
there's a lot to go through.
There's also you could die from diseases and all that. So you and
from dehydration, starvation,
crazy trek. And the people you're dealing with are crossing you through countries. They're not like legit people. So mtu anaweza kukuibia, anaweza kukuruka, all sorts of things, right? By the time you get to now the border to get to Morocco, right? Now that's where things really start to hit the fan, right? Where they are shooting for fun.
My guy.
They will lock you up. They will enslave you. They will sell you for to work for other people's farms. Imagine, for free. Later, they will punish you because Europe has said they're financing is it Morocco or Libya? The country at the border. It's Morocco. Morocco.
Morocco.
They pay you. Right? They pay Libya.
The one where you can in straight to Spain.
That's Morocco. So they pay Morocco. I don't know if it's Morocco or Libya that's getting the funding. And so that because once they cross the boat to the other side, if you make it on the boat and you manage to step on the land in EU or if even their waters, by law, they must give you asylum. And that's why people make that course.
So that's why they're like, we'd rather die trying.
Happens, just make sure they have to give you asylum. And so Europe has been losing this war of immigration because of that, right? Where people, they use this so they get asylum, right? And you can see what's happening in the EU right now. People do not want immigrants. And I feel like they're even more racist in their approach, in the guys who are the guys who are against this so much.
True.
You know. Now, going back to this story, this is what someone has to go through. Oh, after they make it there, they have to go through the waters, which, guys, that waters is not easy. Indian Ocean.
Oh my guy.
You're not riggedy.
And it's like a tiny boat.
shit.
So many of
How many
you.
people died?
A whole lot.
So many.
Lamine
Thousands.
Yamal's mom actually did that cross.
Who?
Lamine Yamal.
Lamine Yamal.
Who's that?
He's a footballer.
Oh, he's a footballer.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
He's like the Barcelona top dog.
Yeah.
Ah,
Right?
He's a
got
new
it.
Messi.
He's the
Got
new
it.
Messi.
Got it. Okay.
But it was a messy entrance into Europe. You know, no serve me.
Nah,
this
it's
thing.
good. You did mess it up.
She did that track with him. Ama she got him later.
Nah, she got him
Oh,
later.
okay.
After she got there,
She was like, give me a baby.
Yes. Anyway, so if this is what it takes to get into Europe, because getting a visa is fast. Did you see the numbers of
Don't piss me
Africans?
off. I've just
the amount
remembered.
of money that
67 billion.
visas.
They need to be refunding that
67
money.
Billion.
They will not refund you, my guy.
No, they need to start
yeah, they
refunding
need to
that
start.
money.
Yeah, but
Those are of
67
rejections.
billion.
I would love Kenyan immigration to tell us if anybody gets rejected and what the numbers are.
Or
Yeah.
if they
Because up and
apply
up
Kenya.
Tangata now, a guy, and I'm even just like, how did you make it to Kenya? Like, what are you?
Aliingia tu.
How did you make it? How did you
Aliingia
get
tu.
into this country?
Eh.
Anyway, with that said, this idea of Hunger Games, I know you're saying dehumanizing. This is literally the only human way to get into America.
It's fun.
That you're not Ojikosi Yashima, you go to the embassy, first they tell you waiting times due 12 months. I'm like, bro, we just want a goddamn visit.
Yeah, man.
Right? Number two, they
First
make
of
it
all,
like
am I begging
Fort
to enter a
Knox.
country
The
that I
president
helped
is
build?
already talking
Stupid.
so many bad things about, you know, the country you come from, country, Europe. You get there, there will be some level of, you know, your
Racism.
you know what I'm saying? So, is this really the toughest way to get into America?
Their problem
It would be
be
entertaining.
contestants are many,
Yeah.
and then it's just like only one person wins. Remember, like Big Brother.
You remember like Squid Game? Nakuona? Nakurudisha?
Uno reverse.
Yes, because I watched that other episode just the other day.
But do you remember Squid Game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's the concept of Squid
That's
Game.
true, actually.
How many
It looks
people
fun.
registered and they're ready to kill each
Yeah,
other?
willingly. Yeah, willingly.
It
That's
looks
what I'm
fun.
saying. I know there are a lot of people who will be willing to do it, but like, what? I feel like I don't know if you've been, because every other time I've just been seeing like some of like the weirdest headlines from America. I don't know what is happening, because there's also what in the Handmaid's Tale is going on. Women are being erased from databases like NASA and gee what, like all of these things that you see in like utopian worlds on movies is currently happening in America.
Yo, let's screw back to the immigration story
Yeah.
Hunger Games. Because me, I'm just like, guys, Ebu hit us up in the comment section. Because I feel like there's something we're missing here. Right?
And this is something
From
that's been pitched from 2012. It's not a new concept.
From an American and
Yeah.
a I don't want to use woke, but like a democracy perspective,
Yeah.
right? This is
I know,
Right?
I wouldn't touch you with a 10
but
foot pole, honestly,
I feel
but
like a majority of the continent wouldn't be upset at this.
Yeah.
really,
Think about how America has contributed a whole lot in like pop culture, and this
You
by
just-
America,
these games-
you mean black people.
Okay,
yeah,
let's
it
do
doesn't
this. Let's do
matter.
this.
It doesn't matter. Like
in here in
this
the
game,
studio, raise your hand if right now there was only one green card on the table, no name, right? And we had to play 10 games to win this card. Raise your hand if you will not participate.
For the green card, I will not.
For real, utabaki hapa na kasongo.
You wouldn't
Cheers.
want an extra
Yeah,
passport,
I'm
an
out.
American passport. You don't have to be there. You don't have to be there.
Yeah.
But the green card, automatically you're a citizen, which means this is the strongest passport in the
Yeah.
in the world.
Can go anywhere.
As in, you know how like
Without
you
people
apply for
asking questions.
you have to apply. There are places,
Yeah,
in fact,
yeah,
there are countries. This passport I think has the most countries that you can go without a visa.
That's true.
Without even informing them I'm coming.
That's true.
How many Kenyan artists have you seen cancelling tours because of visas?
Because of visas.
Unaonanga
How
DJ,
many families
DJ
have been
Shinsky.
split?
You think DJ Shinsky cancels anything? He has an American passport. He can wake up and
got
go
it.
to anywhere to go
Yeah,
and
yeah.
DJ and do a show. So I'd definitely go on and do that.
So with that said, the numbers here, in case you're wondering.
Okay,
were-
it would have to be
How many are we? 6. They were
6.
5-1.
Yeah. So me, I'd stay.
So you see, with that said, bro, you know the way you're thinking it will be sijui dem njengo guy. It will be your cousin. It will be your brother. It will be your auntie. It will be me, right? Saying, yo, so we go try this thing. What is the dividend?
Guys, I'm not saying I wouldn't watch it. I would watch
No,
the shit out of that
participate. What
show.
about
No,
being
but
in the show?
no.
Because
I think it might be easy. Like they ask you questions
think
like,
they're going to
"This
make
is
you do some
an American
Squid Game
hand. What's
shit,
missing
my
in it?
guy."
A gun."
I don't think that. So first, let's just be honest. I don't think there'd be anything about killing anyone.
No, not killing, but like as close enough
I
to
don't-
betraying your
No, not really.
whatever
Just
as
questions
possible.
asking you how American are you.
They haven't said that. They haven't said what it will look like.
Naingia
I'm telling you,
cuz, I'm ready cuz. Let's play cuz. Like you know
I'm telling
cuz.
you, they'll get
Yo,
it.
there's teams win.
Yeah,
We're winning this match.
they'll make
We need
it
to practice
as-
our
Yeah,
handshake.
they'll make it as close to the Squid Game without the killing as possible. I am telling you. You forget. We know Americans.
Bro,
Nah,
me, I think-
check it.
me, I
They
think
would
this
make
is what I
it
think.
as close to the Squid Games without involving
Who's the
actual
president?
killing.
Trump.
Yeah.
What's Trump known for? Reality shows.
That's what I'm saying. So they make it as close to it. This is an American citizenship we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's not apprentice.
But remember,
They
America-
would make it as close to Squid Games as I guarantee it, without the killing.
But Joyce, I think the thing about America, because they're the saints. They're the
First world.
They're the. You remember the job Ezekiel Muto used to do at when he was the saint in charge? What is he?
KFCB.
Yeah, when he was at
Oh,
KFCB
yeah.
and he was like everything. He was like needing. Yeah. What are we calling him? Like Pope in charge or something like that,
Yeah.
right? America, because of their stance on democracy and human rights, right? They cannot, right? The only challenge I'd have if this was like say South Korea or Japan or an Asian or an African country,
Yeah.
because I know that the lines of
Would be blood.
they would be making people do all sorts of crazy things. But American TV, I've watched American TV. There's only so far they can go. I watched them. That episode, a guy was working in a house to see to the cuckoo that was shelling, right? And for $10,000 a day. I said, what does it?
Sign me up.
Sign me up.
Hizi vitu tunapanga nazo tags.
Tafanya 90 days maze. Na nilale hapo. So me, I feel like bring on the game. If it's about that, let her your game. But okay, maybe not America. If there's another country that was saying, let's do a Big Brother and the winner becomes a citizen, right? Which country would you want them to do?
Maybe another country.
Which
'cause I
one? Name the
don't-
country. And remember, Kenya allows dual citizenship. So I will never leave my country. But if I can have another passport, so that when you guys bore me, hi. And the way you guys are acting risky here,
You know what?
beefing
It
with
would
guests.
have to be a Schengen country for me, because
Yeah.
it'll just make even like my business so much easier. Even traveling for work would be so much easier. I don't have to go
But
applying
that's
every year
broad.
to
An
So you
American-
take like
whatever.
Romania.
An American passport,
You'll take Romania.
unaweza ingia country ya mtu ukisema America na boxers
Yeah.
pekee.
That's great.
Na
I
flag.
don't see the appeal.
Kadogo hapa, ya kufunika.
I don't
As sad as
see
it is,
the
usikiangi
appeal of America the way other people do.
like
No, it's
there's
not
a
about the
national
appeal,
disaster
babes.
and whatnot.
No, but see,
people have
a
lost their
European
lives.
passport is almost as strong as an American one.
what passport?
Almost.
There are places-
So I don't want to go everywhere.
Yeah.
There are very specific people,
Which Schengen
places
country?
that I want to go. Maybe Spain.
Hey, hiyo
Yeah.
country
Hiyo
hiyo
country
hiyo
wanafukuza
yenye
watu.
sasa watu
Spain.
wamesema hiyo yenye inatumianga pesa country nyingine inasema keep them niggas in there.
You
No,
know,
but see,
in Spain they're
the same
shutting,
that's happening in America.
in
It's
Spain
not
they're
any
shutting
better.
down. They're shutting down Airbnbs and
They don't
whatnot.
even
People
want
have been told
guests.
like close.
What?
We don't
Yes.
want people.
They don't want
Yeah, but you see, that Spanish one would allow me to go to all these other
it's
Schengen
because
countries.
Spain they're cancelling Airbnbs because they're over tourist.
So I changed my mind. I would pick a Canadian passport. It's just as strong and less problematic.
Yeah, and Canadians are peaceful.
Yeah, and they want you in their country. You know, their youth is dying. They're like, come, give birth here, everything free. You know, so I changed my mind.
But
Canadian
the cold,
passport.
Yeah, but-
man, the
yeah.
cold.
I know, but you can always back and
Yeah,
forth, back
'cause
and
that's why
forth.
we
When
have-
it gets cold there, you come here.
That's why you
And
have
the
an
cost of
African
living.
passport.
Yeah, when it's summer there and it's cold here, I would pick up Canadian
The
passport.
cost of living is chaotic. Man.
It is
Like,
chaotic,
it's a
but
lot.
at least the wages and whatever, all of these things for being paid, and you're not going there to be like a permanent employee. We're talking about dual citizenships,
Okay.
right? And even opportunities for doing business there.
A Canadian passport is strong.
It's
Yeah.
strong and less problematic because America is it's problematic. I don't see the appeal. I have countries, states that I would want to visit that are on my bucket list, but I generally don't see the appeal of America.
I'd pick Finland. Actually, speaking about like the way life is there, Finland was voted world happiest country
because they don't have black people there.
For real.
Then I'm kidding, guys. Jokes.
I'd be a rare breed, man. Like, it's going to be interesting. So I'd pick either Finland, Denmark, Iceland, because those are the countries. Israel comes fifth, but I don't know. I'm scared. So
mi si tulikubaliana tuache kumention Israel kwa hisho. I don't have
yes. That's why I'm saying I won't pick them. I'll pick Finland because it's number one.
I'd pick Canada.
To be honest, I've thought deep. I'm not going to complicate this thing. I'm going for Squid Games, the Hunger Games. I'm going to America.
You're going to America.
Guys,
you still go for the Hunger Games.
Me, I'm focused. I'm not here at TCG because I want so that I can tell someone I'm American. No, right? Let me tell you, you are not equals until you are somewhere in someone's country. You guys have traveled, you've gotten into one country, and then Popo show up. Right? Then you're trying to say, I have a finish. Hey. Just say, America. You know why? What is the size of Finland's army?
I have no
Have you
idea.
ever heard that someone stuck somewhere and the Finland government coming for them?
Nah, I've not had
Have you ever heard of America?
But they will.
Someone stuck anywhere. Even in the news, they say breaking news. 10,000 people dead, one of them an American.
Yeah.
Imagine, out of the 10,000.
You know what I'm saying? Okay? So, I just want to be one of, I'll be living here in Kenya. Me, I'm a Kenyan through and through. But if I get that passport, Tosha, sasa at a space, I'm telling you, who has land in America, in space?
An American.
Thank you. So, I'd go with America.
Okay.
All right, let's talk AI. Wachana na hizi Americans. By the way, everything we discussed, hit us up in the comment section. Would you go for this Hunger Games, by the way? Me, I feel like a lot of us would be in that game. Because also for fun, you'll be famous.
I would definitely go for
Haven't
famous.
you already done this before? You want to do it again?
But now
Haven't you done this before? You want to do it again?
I told you, nilitoka na
You want to do it again?
Nilitoka bila
to do it again?
Nilitoka na experience. All right. And I'm taking my experience to this one. Anyway, speaking of AI, because that's where we're in the future. And every episode we try to make sure that we talk about AI, right? Guys, have you seen a VO3? In fact, watch a quiz time. VO3, run the tape.
A detonation has just occurred on the outer ring of the city. We'll now be going live to our top influencer opinions. OMG, people, the world.
So this was made with VO3. VO3.
This is AI.
This is AI. This is all AI.
We got real survivors web energy.
They look like real people.
I like them feisty.
That looks amazing.
I must be like, what movie is this?
Exactly. Right? So this is the future, guys.
Like, these are not real people.
This is AI, guys.
And I get what they're doing. Like, it's different types of influencers.
Right, for everything. Fitness.
So this person is trying to show like the end of the world and how now the news has crossed over to different influencers.
Yeah.
My guy. And there's people like this.
Yeah.
But when I see this, I'm like, this was made. This is just prompts that were put into the computer.
Imagine.
And Google has this VO3. I tried it, Jana, but then I'm on VO2. Why?
Why?
It's cheap.
Yeah.
How much is
VO3 is 23 Gs per month.
And how much is VO2?
Free.
Oh.
Yeah.
First month. And then after that you pay, I think it's like $20 or something.
You know how speaking of AI and free, you know how ChatGPT gives you like you use it for free up until some point and then they say we're downgrading you.
Yeah.
So you just switch Google accounts.
Period. But
how many times are you going to keep changing Google accounts?
You open yours all the time.
Yeah, I've got the OG
Sawa
one.
Ikechuku. Anyway. Actually, this is becoming more of a Kenyan thing nowadays.
I swear.
After kwanza, you guys in geared pockets of TZ.
Yeah.
You're the guys.
Can we talk about how realistic that is and what this means for the future of
Acting.
content creators?
Content creation.
Acting.
Even here, I was thinking about,
Adverts.
for us, like, imagine all these stories we chop up,
Yeah.
right? Like the way you are saying, this guy nyambad. My guy, we can actually have videos.
Of the guy.
You know what I'm saying? I'm so excited. So, hey, look, if you are someone out there who knows how to has already started experimenting with AI and VO3, for example, right? Holla at us. Yeah. Because
Absolutely.
that's how for me, I'm thinking about like, how do I use this to tell more stories?
True,
right?
true.
And some, because I think very animated, and I draw pictures. I want my pictures to come to life.
You want to see,
I
if you
wanna
could
see
like
them.
write them down and have them like now do this talking.
Exactly. When I'm telling you about another panga,
Yeah,
you
you know
see
what I
it,
mean?
and shift that.
Yeah.
My guy, you see that dildo?
That looks like a panga.
You remember? You don't remember?
I do remember, but it just
Your good times.
fun times.
So,
yeah, but like but it circles back to what I was telling you guys earlier about the what's it called? What is it? About the jobs that will be lost and gained in the next 5 years because of what is happening, guys.
No, we're still thinking about another panga. Shut up, babe.
Anyway, yeah, remember guys, there was a report that came out that said 79% of jobs in the next 5 years are going to be lost because of AI.
Yeah.
And at the same time, another 50-something% will be created. So just make sure you're on the right side of this transition.
Yo,
Let's
we are
call
not
it
even
that.
fighting, man. I hate working.
Yeah.
Let the AI work.
Absolutely. And,
Do it.
And you know, like right now, there's someone doing ICT, getting a driver's license for ICT, and they're trying to teach you coding, of which you're not even going to like use it in life. What you need to be taught right now is how to just make prompts.
Right?
Like how to
Put down the right prompts.
Yeah, how to
and
prompt AI to like use it to the maximum.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
what.
already using it
Same.
to the maximum.
yeah.
Yeah, and one simple way that I sometimes use is I ask the AI, how do I like? What's the best type of prompt for me to ask you for you to give me this?
Yeah.
And then it gives you the prompt that you need to ask it. You copy paste.
Oh, that's genius.
And
Nice.
then it
That's
works
genius.
efficiently.
Nice.
I'm gonna try that.
Yeah.
May I ask ChatGPT like the not weirdest things? Just you can imagine all the random facts that I usually have. So imagine what I usually ask.
And
Have you ever
Sam
asked
Altman,
ChatGPT
hold
to
on.
forget what you've asked it? I did that yesterday.
And did it forget?
Yeah.
Hi.
Nice.
Right now, if
Sam
I ask it, it
Altman?
says, no, I don't remember that.
I don't know if it was Sam Altman, who's the CEO of OpenAI, said, or somebody who works at OpenAI, that the best results from OpenAI, be as rude as possible.
Yeah.
Stop being polite. And I think this is just the PR way of trying to tell people all these hey highs, you're really eating data, energy.
Electricity.
You know, for every
Get
high,
to the point.
you know, because there's servers somewhere. So you're really wasting electricity. Be like, hi, hey girl, how you doing? Nowadays I'm rough, bro. Nowadays I'm like, bitch.
Listen up,
No, I don't even say that. I'm just like 10.
Yeah,
I
just
get to the point. Yeah.
People actually say hi to like
I told you,
ChatGPT.
I was like, you remember I told you I didn't want one day I'm chilling there in the house and I'm like, yo, give me the answer too. And then I go after I finished, I've taken my cup, I've peleked it to the microwave, it's slapping me in the door. I'm like, what did I do?
I saw people.
Yeah, you are so rude to my OpenAI cousin Chatty.
Chatty.
Fridge inakataa kufungua.
Chatty.
Can I get my food there? Inakataa.
Yeah, I saw.
Shower inanichoma zwa. Why? Because I was rude to ChatGPT. You know, the car I'm driving, because we're going
It
electric.
stopped.
There it goes off.
It's just like, I'm like, yo, brakes,
who
brakes.
do you think you are talking
How
to?
does it feel when you
Yeah.
don't have brakes on your mouth?
I saw people
I
saying
wanna
that.
die.
They say please and thank you to ChatGPT
Stop that
because
shit.
they want to be polite to their future leaders. I'm telling you, AI, that guy, they'll kill us.
That's what I'm saying. So now they've told us to stop. So
Yeah.
stop being polite.
So that
But
they can
speaking of
kill us.
AI,
Yeah, parents are now using AI to discipline their kids. And no, it's not telling ChatGPT what's the best kind of punishment for me.
Okay.
You know, these lies that your parents used to tell you just to get you to do something, you know, telling you don't whistle at night, unaita mwizi.
ama they tell you usipokula nakupeleka kwa ule unajua ule auntie mwenye ako na earrings.
Yeah.
Unajua
No,
kula
still
hizo earrings.
Yeah.
Told if you eat in
I
the
saw
dark,
a
you're eating
video,
with the
I think
devil.
from UG. I can't find the video, but it was this Mave, and you're seeing her from behind. She's walking towards a shop, and as she's walking, and you can see she has some disability. There's a toy who's screaming as she's walking.
Oh my God.
And I was just like,
Yeah.
you know how many times that toy has been told, unataka nikupeleke kwa nani? That auntie is being used as a threat
They're
now.
like, Z.
To God.
So sad.
Yeah, for my younger kuzo, it used to be the watchman. I don't know why alikuwa naogopa Masai, but we're like, we'll do tutaita Masai.
Yeah.
Me, it was Nani. Mildred from Tausi. Remember that? She was like, I don't know if she was like a witch. Even now I can't even remember what her role was. But like she used to have like really like crazy hair. They used to like make her look crazy. So I don't know if she was like a witch doctor or whatever. She'd be like, Kula man kuitia Mildred. I was like,
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
So now, parents are using AI to threaten kids. Run the tape.
And now, let's move on to the main news of the two children named Elon and Lux have still not cleaned up their room. Our special correspondent Maria joins us. We will keep you updated on the situation.
Hello, Oliver. The floor is covered with drawings toys and the bed is unmade. In a word, total chaos. There's no doubt that if Elon and Lux don't clean up today, a special service will come and take all the toys away from the house.
They are so scared.
Wait, did she go and create a video
Yes,
like now with
on AI,
like
yeah,
video
with video
yes.
and put it on the TV.
Yeah. And be like,
They look like 3 or 4. They are
mnafanya nini
long,
mnacheza game? Weka news.
yeah.
She knows.
But
And
let me
then she
ask you
plays
guys.
the video.
Immediately.
But
They
let me
cleaned
ask
up
you guys.
immediately.
Okay, first, I feel sorry for the kids, but also
It's genius.
I feel sorry for the parents. Akina us.
Why?
I shudder to think what the kids will be lying to us about.
Yeah.
Okay, swear to God.
Because you know, like,
yeah, they
you know,
use it
guys,
against us.
you know how
your
how you
folks-
look at your folks and you're just like, how do you not know what's up?
Imagine.
Yeah, you're there. There's a kid who's
And how do
charging.
you copy paste? I'm like, what?
A kid is has been charging subscription for Facebook.
To their parents.
Mom, ati na hii Facebook haifanyi kazi. See, nini? It has expired. So unamtumia pesa.
Facebook
My
inafanya.
guy, people are doing the wildest shit out here. But then now, you know, when I'm seeing this, I mean, this is very genius. But then just think about these kids. You know, every lie your folks told you, right? You learned how to overcome those lies,
Yeah.
right? So the first thing your parent is introducing you to how to lie, right? With tech. So then you become sharp. You start to notice that, because you know, I'll go and talk with an kid and then they're like, yo, did you watch the news
you didn't know?
You told me the news.
Yeah.
Then, you know, like the way, I'll give you an example. When I was at Toi, when steamer used to go, there's one time steamer potted. I've told you the story here.
Yeah.
Then my dad put a candle behind there. Then he says, I make the power come in 3, 2, 1. Right? Like he could basically do magic.
Yeah.
Right? And while, because power disappear and then come back in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So the dad is like, no, count. No, chill, don't count now. Let me do my magic thing. And then the power comes.
Yeah. You're like,
So
wow.
I'm just like, whoa.
You're
Okay.
a wizard.
Right? My dad can do this. My
Yeah.
guy gone and told kids in school.
Yeah. Your
They're
dad can do
no,
magic.
That's nonsense, right? So now just imagine when I go back, I'm just like, oh, no. So everything that they say, I'm becoming smarter. Now when I hit teenagehood, I start to use the same tactics, but now
Against-
refined
yeah,
because now I know how
yeah,
you think,
yeah.
right? Now look at these kids. By the time they'll be teenagers, this mom, oh my God, they will adapt to technology faster than you.
Yeah.
One day these kids will sell you VO3. They will
Aki for
create an
real.
apocalypse video and say,
swear to
Mom,
God.
you know we couldn't come. Why? Look what's happening behind me. And you're like, I hope you're
Apocalypse.
safe. Hide. And the time the toy is in a bash.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
For 1 week, they're saying, Mom, we can't even come. You see, hata inanyesha makuku, man. And bro, you're the mom. You're the auntie. Unaona video hapo because you have read a prompt. Make sure it's you
Yeah.
gotta be, how will she believe me, my mom, unless like it's raining fire. Rain fire. And then she's looking, she's like, kwani hapo ni wapi? And then like, mbona iko kwa news?
It was
Mom,
raining
how
fire.
video namtumia video ya CNN.
na iko na nini hapo news.
That time
Hadi
it-
unaweka ule news anka anapenda.
Mega, and that time you know technology will be like it will be that Ryan Seacrest if you want. In fact, you say, can I
Yeah.
get that? And they say, that's right. In fact, I've got Compose here who's supposed to be going home, but she's stuck here. Her mom is waiting for Mom. You know what I'm saying? So me, I'm just seeing problems in the future.
Absolutely, and a whole lot of problems. Looking at how it's so simple for you to like just make a story out of nothing and make it look real. We have elections coming up.
Hey. Umeongea kama watu watatu.
Umenipatia mini heart attack.
There is going to be a lot of stories that
and pandemonium.
Because you know what,
People-
2017?
Yeah.
2017 they were using AI, but this was before us guys even knew what was going on. And they would turn Rao's photos, videos. There's a whole scandal about it. This company was doing this thing. That's how Rao like things went south. Mulama for him. Right? The second time nani unyi. Walimwaga. It's called what? Can someone Google for me? I've forgotten the name of that thing. It was a big scandal.
Yeah.
They used this
is it part of the story what
for elections?
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with the bots or something like that.
Meta ended up in court like in another country
What they
selling
did,
information.
not that one.
Not that.
So
that
these
had something
guys,
to do with bots,
they're
I think.
hired and they're a propaganda machine to manage the noise. So they used technology, and this was like forward technology. So most people didn't even know what was going on. You're just saying, during that time on Facebook, you'd find a video of Rao with horns. Saying, talking like Siju, an Illuminati guy. You just imagine for that demographic that's watching this video,
They're like, guy,
this is an auntie in somewhere in Nyanza.
They're gonna believe
She's
it.
like, lakini huyu tulisema huyu ni mganga. You get? And they feed into the psyche. So now with VO3, with what it's doing, with what you can be able to do in the house to watch
unaweza kuweka nini video, some like I went to go and campaign in Central and I've jazzed the whole market.
Imagine,
like it stopped.
kumejaa na watu wanachia, watu wanascream.
And they're already using that. We've seen videos where they multiply the crowd, so people are like, whoa. Then you wait first. Marketplace see big hivi. Hii space may multiply aje. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, so they've not just
up until a shoe appears.
Yeah, we are ahead.
What did you say?
That was AI.
Anyway, I want to leave you with this question as we're going to end here. Do you think AI can trick you? Like you see something and you're not sure whether it's AI or not.
Yeah.
I believe that I cannot be tricked by AI. So I want to challenge you to try and crack me.
With AI.
Yes. Because if you're not able to see what is AI, to be able to know, because yes, the platforms are supposed to tell us, but they're not being twisted to tell us. And
that's
it's
true.
not their prerogative. So a lot of the things you see, and especially what you've just raised going into elections or whatever, people can really pass like bad information around the world very quickly before CNN come to tell us tushanza kupigana, right? So are you able to identify and see, that's AI, that's very, very AI, that's not AI?
Let me give you an example. Run the tape.
Did you know? Men have to cut off their arms to get married. In this village, women do not ask for dowry, houses, or cars. They only want men's arms. Having no arms is a unique sign of married men in this tribe. This strange custom has been passed down for more than a century. If a man wants to keep his arms intact throughout his life, he will not only be unable to get married, but will also be expelled from the family. On the other hand, those men who cut off their arms as a marriage sacrifice are very proud, because they believe that this shows their extreme loyalty to their wives.
So,
that's AI.
So this video,
this one is the story that I would question, not even the
And
images.
if you watch in the video, some of the videos, their hands are so the thing about AI, sometimes it does some weird so like you'd see her hands sort of bending weird.
Me, it's the story that would have made me question it, because I mean, probably the more you watch it, like you're saying, the more you watch it, the more you notice like weird movements with like the hands and stuff. But the story itself
is the one,
because I've gotten to that point where now I even question
if the story is too crazy.
I'm like, so I'll go and research the story and be like, nah, that's bullshit.
So the clips in the video are real. The story
is fake.
Is what now the AI has used to make sure, like, you're given this story and then you're like, make it look believable with these videos. So it went on and just searched the videos to drive the narrative of these are married men. But the clips,
they're actually not married.
Yeah, they're not married. The clips are actually real. It's
just guys who don't have arms.
Yeah, and it's in Vietnam, and it was part of a documentary where they were being helped. One of them was married.
Okay.
And this video, as many videos like this, someone will share to you and say, yo, and 99% of the time you're like, we sasa unanionesha nini? Because all you have to do is just, you see the video, okay, the millennial in me,
Yeah, at
Because
first glance, it's very
I
easy to
saw
be
this
like, wow.
video.
Yeah.
The first time I saw it was like run the tape.
Yeah, you have to Google.
And then you have to search a bit deeper
Yeah.
and be like,
Yeah.
wait,
Like such a bit
You have to
deeper.
Google.
Yeah.
You have to Google. And we are privileged, guys. We're privileged. We've been in the media. We're at the forefront of information. So tunafanya hiyo. But also you be able to are you able to vet these videos? Are you able to tell what is fake and what's real? Because right now I can tell you, even some of the people you follow might not even exist.
No.
Even this podcast might be AI.
Yeah,
we
my
might
guy.
be sitting at home to make a 2 prompt.
In fact, let us unveil our real selves. Run the tape. Bye-bye.